Hello everyone, this is Rukia Banwairini explaining lesson The Fight from 8th Standard NCRT Supplementary Textbook It So Happened. A lesson written by Ruskin Bond. A story of two young boys, Ranji and Suraj. Ranji discovers a beautiful pool and he gets opposition from Suraj. Let's see the story. About Ruskin Bond. He is an Indian author of British descent who lives with his adopted family in the Mussoorie, a hill station in the Municipal Board of Dehradun of Uttarakhand state. Indian Council for Child Education has recognized him as a child writer. He has written various books and the stories admiring the beauty of Mussoorie. Here we go. Ranji discovers the pool in the forest. In the height of the summer, his school has not yet opened. And as having no friends in the semi-hill station, he wandered about. There he finds a beautiful pool. It was hot, very hot. The Ranji walked about in his vest and the short. His brown feet was white with the chalky dust. It flew from the ground. The earth was parched, the grass brown, the trees listless, hardly stirring and waiting for a cool wind or a refreshing shower of rain. You could see the pictures given here. One is about the pool and another how the condition of the town was. It was on such a day, a hot, a tired one. Ranji found a pool in the forest, a natural pool. The water had a gentle translucency. You could see the smooth round pebbles at the bottom of the pool. A small stream emerged from the cluster of the rocks feed the pool. Rocks held the water. When Ranji saw the pool, he did not hesitate to get into it. He often been to swimming pool alone or with his friends when he was with his parents at the thirsty town of middle of Rajputana desert, which was dirty, sticky, muddy pool. Buffaloes were wallowed and women washed clothes. But natural pool was so clean, cold and inviting. He leapt into it. His limbs were supple, free of any fat. His dark body shined in the patches of sunlit water. Ranji was completely satisfying himself in the cold water of the natural pool. The next day, he came again to quench his body, to satisfy his body in the pool water. He was there for almost an hour, sliding in and out in the limpid green water, lying stretched out on the smooth yellow rock in the shade of the broad-leaved sal trees. It was while he lay thus he noticed another boy standing a little distance away, staring at him in a rather hostile manner, in an angry mood. The other boy called him out, who was little older than Ranji, taller, thick-set and broad-nosed with the thick red lips. He had only just noticed Ranji and called out, "What are you doing here, mister?" Ranji had a question. Ranji, who was prepared to be friendly, having no friends at the hill station. Ignoring the hostility, he asked, "I'm swimming. Why don't you join me?" The boy replied, "I always swim alone. This is my pool. I did not invite you here." The stranger strode up to Ranji, who still sat on the rock and planting his broad feet firmly on the sand said, as though he was scaring him to run away. And they started to proclaim himself as a fighter and a warrior. Ranji said himself as a fighter. The other boy said himself as a warrior. They had reached to an impasse. Then they couldn't stop himself from fighting. Ranji was not prepared for it, but the other boy started it. He said repeatedly, "I'm a warrior." Ranji said, "I heard it thrice." "Then why don't you run away?" Ranji replied, "I'm waiting for you to run away." Ranji waited. The other boy made a strange hissing sound. They stared each other in the eyes for almost a minute. Then the warrior slapped Ranji across the face with all the force he could muster. Ranji staggered, feeling quite dizzy. There were thick red finger marks on his cheeks. "There you are," exclaimed his assailant. "Will you be off now?" For answer, Ranji swung his arms up, pushed the hard, bony fist into the other's face. This is how the fight began. And then they were at each other's throat, swaying on the rock, tumbling on the sand, rolling over and over, their legs and arms locked in a desperate violent struggle, gasping and cursing, clawing and slapping. They rolled into the shallow of the pool. Even in the water the fight continued, as splattering and covered with the mud. They grabbed for each other's head and the throat. But after a few minutes of frenzied and unscientific struggle, neither of them emerged victorious. Their bodies were heaving with exhaustion. They stood back from each other, making tremendous efforts to speak. They were completely tired. Now, do you realize I am a warrior? Gasped the stranger. Ranji, with difficulty, replied, Now you know I am a fighter. Then they couldn't start the fight because both were tired. Then later on, the other boy came to the conclusion, If you dare to fight, come tomorrow. Ranji said, Yes, of course I will. I won't show you the mercy as I have done today. I'll come tomorrow, said confidently Ranji. Let's see whether Ranji comes for the fight or not. Here is a comprehension check. In what way is the forest pool different from the other which Ranji knew in the Rajputana desert? One was very dirty, one was very clean. And the second one, the other boy asked Ranji to explain himself. What did he expect Ranji to say? The answer is, he wanted Ranji to answer why he was here and who he was. Question number 2. Was he in your opinion right or wrong to ask this question? Definitely he was wrong because that was a natural pool. Question number 3. Between Ranji and the other boy, who is trying to start a quarrel? Give reason. The reason we found already. It was started by the other boy. Ranji was not ready for the fight. Having no friends at the town, Ranji prepared to be friendly with him. Question number 4. Then we will have to continue the fight, said the other. What made him say so? They were tired. They fought for continuously 5 minutes and later on they couldn't continue. Did the fight continue? If not, why not? Here you have to drop an answer. Thank you. Stay connected.